Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about a few of the things that I have been able to do because of getting diagnosed with IIH. So I've had the opportunity, because I've had extra time to myself, to learn about myself in ways that I never expected to be. So before I get into any more details, time for the intro. Back in 2018, I was diagnosed with IIH. IIH is short for idiopathic intracranial hypertension. In short, in IIH, there's an increased intracranial pressure without a known cause. IIH is known by two older names, pseudotumor cerebri and benign intracranial hypertension. Living with IIH is very hard to explain to others, as it can be hard to tell when I'm not feeling well. My hope is that through these videos we can learn together and help make relationships better through a better understanding. I also hope to provide people living with IIH a community so they never feel like they are alone with this condition. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell down below so that you get updated about further videos. I upload new content every Monday and Thursday afternoon. You guys know that I make it a point to keep these videos as positive as I can on one hand, while trying to show what it's like living with IIH and showing the true nature of what the condition is like. Now, I made it clear that this is a very fine balance. It's very difficult to do because when you're showing the bad things, it can be like you're complaining, but when you're showing the good things, it maybe looks a little bit deceiving to people who are only watching a few of the videos at a time. So when people ask me about the last couple of years, I don't think that I would change the last couple of years, even though it was a really, really rough diagnosis and it's a really, really rough thing to go through. The amount of frustration that I've gone through has been enough for a lifetime, I think, sometimes, but it could always be worse. Been dealing with this condition now for a couple of years, and it was really, really dark at the start. But looking back and getting to know some of the people in the IIH community, I have it very easy compared to a lot of people. I don't have a shunt. I've never had any type of surgery, so I've never had to go through even eye surgeries or anything like that to deal with pressure on the optic nerves. Everything has been either through medication or through weight loss. And that's why I say the weight loss has benefited me a lot. Now that I'm starting to come off medication, I'm starting to question that a little bit. I'll get into that a little bit more at the end of the month. I have been feeling a little rough, so I just want to warn you guys that my videos could be staying quite short for the month of April. It just depends on how I'm feeling for the rest of the month. So what kind of things have I had the opportunity to learn? I've had the opportunity to learn quite a bit about myself. And so this is, getting to know my personality and all of that, which has led to a benefit because I haven't felt like I fit in my entire life. The reason why this is the case is because I found out I am quite introverted. I always thought I was somewhere in the middle because I do like to be around people, but I like to be around people who I can have really, really deep conversations with and get to know on a more deeper level. So I'm quite picky with who I choose to be my friends. I've had the opportunity to do a lot of figuring out what kind of stuff I like to do and things that are more quiet and adopting a routine. I've had to completely change from what I was used to doing into a completely new routine as soon as I got diagnosed because I just didn't have the energy to do what I was doing before. So you slowly adapt to a new routine, or as I've said, a new normal. And having that abruptly happen is extremely difficult. Now, I didn't know for months what was going on. So a lot of people might think, well, what do you mean it abruptly happened? Well, I basically woke up one morning not feeling well, and that just hasn't stopped. It was like one night I woke up, or one morning I woke up and everything just was off. And You know, you kind of get that feeling of when you're getting sick. Well, that was like that, but it never went away. And to be honest, I don't know whether having a longer diagnosis process was a detriment or a positive thing, because at least it wasn't just an emergency type situation where I was kept in the hospital for any amount of time. I still have nightmares from being in the hospital from when I was tiny as a child. I had really, really bad asthma, and that's some of the only memories that I actually have of being quite little is my time either with the eye specialist that I had because I had a lazy eye, or because of the asthma that I dealt with as a child. And so that it's rough. Like, it's a hard thing to have that memory. You learn things about yourself that you didn't know were possible. And the amount of time that you spend wishing things would go back to normal, it's, yeah, that's something I deal with all the time. Now, I don't think about it as much as I used to because I do have a new routine, but there are definitely times when I'm just like, I wish I could just do all of this stuff in a row without having to take a break and get it all done so it's done for the day. But I can't do that anymore, and accepting that took a very, very long time. It took a lot of self reflection. You guys may remember when I went over the other diagnoses that were possible, and we had pretty much narrowed it down to 3 or 4 things before I even had the MRI officially done of what they thought might be going on. And when they start talking about things like multiple sclerosis or brain tumor, like a lot of different things, it makes you sit back and appreciate or think about all of the things that you've taken for granted. It really does. And I think it was my launch into maturity. Having to deal with chronic pain too has really given me compassion for those who deal with other types of chronic pain. I know what it's like to experience that. And being in pain all the time is a really, really rough experience. Having to put my career aspirations on hold, though, after fighting so hard to get my degree, has been one of the most difficult things. And it's something I wrestled with for a long time. And it's something that I still have to think about, because if I still am dealing with this fatigue and all of that, am I going to be able to do the things that I want to do? There's been attitude changes I've had to make from having this condition. It helps to have a very positive outlook on this condition. The weight loss has not been overnight, it's been rough. I would say, well, I would actually say my weight loss journey has been fairly smooth past a few months into my weight loss journey. It was really, really rough before that, but after it went fairly smoothly. If looking back, if I could change any of this, I don't know if I would, because it wouldn't have led me in the same direction, I don't think. I made it a goal for myself to take all of this free time and to make use of it and to find out who I am, what I like, what direction might be next for me. And I'm happy that I think I have done that to as much of a point as I can. Also, doing social media has been amazing. It's been an amazing experience. Sharing my story, being able to share what I've gone through has been amazing therapy for me. It's been appreciating kind of what you have before, but also appreciating kind of what you have now, and learning about myself in ways I never expected to, but I had wanted to. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. And as for now, that's it for today. Bye, everyone.